What's up, guys? I want to go through kind of like an anthology of standing elbow locks across a couple of different arts, mainly focusing on Tomiki Aikido, Shuai, Jiao, and I think there's one Brazilian Jiu-jitsu technique in there. So first, talking about straight arm locks from standing. Coming from like Tomiki Aikido, we have wakigatame, right? So this is kind of done like this. You also see this in judo, all right? In judo and sambo, a lot of times they utilize this as a takedown by sitting through. So I'll do a sit through movement and I can bring him all the way down to the ground. I keep the arm oriented in the right angle and then I'm able to get a finish on this wakigatame. Now, most of the time when we talk about standing joint locks, because his feet aren't fixed in place, what we end up getting is either a hand fighting technique, like in the jacket wrestling we get grip breaks, or in nogi we can disrupt people's underhooks with a mirror lock. But we also can do, instead of just hand fighting, we also sometimes can get a takedown. So first we have wakigatame. We can also work this by sliding straight out in this direction. I can start to flatten him or break him down to a hand. All right, this is enough now to enter into different kinds of transitions. Finish with a juji. All right. Also, coming from Tomiki Aikido, we have mayatoshi. Now, this is a drop. It's an otoshi. So this isn't really an arm lock, but the arm lock motivates him so that when I either spin or project him forward, that he goes down. All right. These get combined a lot in sport Aikido. We'll see lots of different variations. Like I remember Paul Carr doing one that actually broke my my teacher's arm, where he came in here with the back of his elbow and it's coming off like a tanto strike. So he used that and spun and put a lot of pressure on the back of the elbow. It's a really powerful technique, but a bit dangerous. Kind of like a mix of the spinning that we might see in a mayatoshi with the arm locking from a wakigatame. Now, in Chinese wrestling, Shuai Jiao, we see if the person takes a cross lapel grip, we have this arm cracking technique. Very similar to both wakigatame and mayatoshi. We come here, and now what I like to do here is incorporate a leg block. So it goes from arm cracking into a variation of shogie, where I scoop the leg in order to bring him down. So you build the momentum right here with the pressure of the arm bar, putting all that pressure, and then when they're about to go down, you just scoop the ankle for that reverse ankle pick. Another variation we can do when they take both hands and place them on the same lapel, we can grab over the top of the hand and come underneath this one, and this can function as a grip break, right, getting his hands off. It can also work as a takedown when we insert the leg in the middle for Y, or half Tayatoshi, Huntara in Mongolian, or full Tayatoshi, or Bie, Chen Bie, or Jerbeza. So now I want to move on to talk about twisting style arm locks from standing. This is mostly based off the kind of pattern of the Americana. So one that I like is I can enter. This is coming from Tomiki Aikido. I enter for urigatame, and it's very important. This is a detail I learned actually with my Tai Chi teacher, is that we need to find this like soft tissue, and when you want to come around and get the elbow to point up, we need to roll the tricep over, and then we get into a nice strong urigatame position. So from urigatame, or the shoulder crunch, I simply reach behind my head and I push his arm, folding it, and this gives me what they call in Tomiki Aikido uragaishi. So this is uragaishi, but it's very similar to the Americana or urigarami in judo. So in order to finish this, I want to position my legs outside of his legs, and you can finish it linear, moving forward to take him down. I personally like to move backwards on an angle. This will bring him down in a nice controlled way, kind of like a ura application. So a couple more Americana variations. So if he were to grab my lapel or get this grip here in the armpit, this is a great grip, by the way. If, like, go for a second, if I secure a lapel grip and he wants to break it, he can come in here and then punch and turn away from me, and it'll break my grip. So if he gets this grip, all right, I come on the inside and I grab here on this pocket, just like I would on the Shuai Jiao jacket. And then now I reach behind the elbow, and I'm going to move his arm into the Americana position. So this is great both for a grip break, and then also I can arm drag off this and go into all kinds of follow-up attacks. Lastly, this is kind of like, I think the only jiu-jitsu technique in this series is when someone takes a shallow underhook, I can reach my arm straight down. I want to have won the battle for head position. I'm going to reach straight down. Same concept I was talking about with Urigatami. I want to roll the tissue. And then now I'll lock a gable grip here. Let's turn. And I get a nice strong mirror lock, right? This is a very dangerous technique. A lot of times when you do this, if you don't do it quickly, people will just move laterally to compensate. So it has to be done quickly, which makes it very dangerous. But what I like to use it for, again, like I said, these standing arm locks, they're best as hand fighting techniques and takedowns. So rather than trying to break his arm, I'm actually just trying to dissuade him from doing the underhook, right? So I just come right to here and he'll say, all right, I don't want this underhook anymore. And I get him to remove it. So that's a little anthology of standing arm locks, both straight and in the Americana position. Hope you guys enjoy.